Hi, so I had a customer ask me a question that has inspired me to make this video. And today I want to gauge how long it actually takes for me to work with a lock, a problematic lock, as in a client that is needing repairs. How long does it take me to work on a lock that has slippage, bad technique, as in they've gone through one spot too many times and so have created holes? So I'm doing that or fixing the hole. Um, and then if they have unraveling on the end, either twisting it if it's two strand twist or interlocking it if it's interlocks. All right, so let's see how long it takes me to fix one lock or how I usually work. Here's the stopwatch. I'm going to start it and let's see how long it takes. So typically I would take the client's hair. This is how I would have it, and then I'll release it like so. And then I try to find what issues do they have, right? At this point, we've done consultation and we've talked about the issues I've found in the hair. If there are holes, I've told them. If there's slippage, I've told them. So here we have a hole in this client's hair. Y'all can see that. And then over here we have slippage happening because the locks were creeping, right? And then it got here and it stopped, and so it created a hole. If you haven't watched my other video on how to, the different types of slippage, you can watch that to understand what I mean by the locks were creeping. All right, so we have slippage here and we have hole here. So I'm going to try to close this. I talked for like 7 seconds, so we'll take away 7 seconds from what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, let's just start over. Stop, reset, start. Pretend I'm taking these out again. The problematic lock. Slippage, fixing slippage. Holes. Undoing holes. Now we have space, fixing the slippage because the hole says released. And now it's just hair, so we need to close it up. On top of it, you haven't gotten retighten done in about 3 months. Let's say 3 months. So you have this much growth, right? So I'm going to retighten that. On top of it, probably I call adhesions. I call adhesions. So on top of it, probably you have locks that are tightened together that have to stretch, And I call these adhesions because they kind of lock together. So let's pretend I stretched the lock to release those adhesions, right? We did that. Let's pretend you had 2 strand twists on your ends, and so they've unraveled. So I'm going to twist that. And this is just one lock because we did 2 strand twists on the end, fixed the hole, fixed well, let me just show you. 3 seconds gone per lock, right? You saw that. Forget about this. 3 minutes gone per lock. What did I do? I fixed a hole. I fixed a hole. I fixed a slippage. If you have interlocks, you're done. If you're 2 strand twists and the ends were unraveled, I retwisted that, right? And on top of it, you haven't gotten retightening done in like 3 months. So then I tightened the bottom. It took me 3 minutes to do 1 lock. Even though I touched 3 different locks here to show you, there were problems, 3 different problems that I have here. And so I wanted to show you. One were holes, the other was holes, the other was a slippage, and then the other I retightened because she hadn't gotten retightened. And then the other one, 2 strand twists, I did that. I did that on 3 separate strands, but the concept is that I'm working on 1 lock. So it took me 3 minutes to fix all these things on 1 lock. Now, imagine you have 77 locks on this side, or even 80 locks just from your center front line to the side, and I fix all this side. If it takes me 3 minutes per lock to do this fixing, how many minutes is that? So that's 80 locks times 3 minutes. That came up to 240 minutes. So what is 240 minutes? So based on our calculation with this example that I just gave with the mannequin head, it took 3 minutes to fix that 1 lock that had the slippage, that had the hole, and had the unraveling ends, right? And then retighten on the bottom because the person hasn't gotten retightened in 3 months. 3 minutes. 3 minutes times 80 locks is 240. 240 divided by 60 minutes is 4 hours. So it would take 4 hours just to do this side of this person's head. And I'm assuming another 4 hours to do this side. And there's more hair back here naturally than there is in the front, guys. So if there was bad technique, non-education or bad education, and you started your locks with not knowing what you're supposed to do, with bad technique and holes and slippage, and on top of that, didn't get retightening for months, then you can understand how 1 lock takes so much time to fix before you move to the next one. Can I speed it up? No, it's impossible because I'm fixing a problem. I can't speed through a problem. So I made this video to help ease your mind. Repairs are tedious. Repairs are expensive. So when you decide to do repairs on your head, think about it. Do I just want to cut it and restart? Or do I really want to save these locks? But if you're going to save these locks and you have, let's say, 350 locks and all of them have a problem because of lack of education and bad technique, then you're looking at $900 of repairs. You have 77 locks, which I charge you $17 because and I charge you 17 locks. I really repaired almost every lock. So it was way more than 17 locks, which I charged you for. But because I didn't write it down, in nursing they say if you didn't chart it, you didn't do it. So if I didn't write it down, then I can't account for something I didn't write, right? So that is why I charge you for what I actually wrote down. But I fixed lines, which takes time because you have to establish the line, spray water so I don't hurt you, divide the lines, make sure it's straight, and then fix the lock. So really with your locks, it probably was more than 3 minutes, maybe 3.5 minutes per lock for the 77 locks that you have just on that one side, just one side, right? And so the answer to the question, can I speed through it a little bit because it's expensive and it took too long to finish that? It's your locks. Your locks came with 4 hours of work for just one side. So I can't speed through it. But it's up to you. Let me know if you want to continue fixing them or not. But I can't work with bad work. Like my OCD won't let me. I can't see something wrong and pretend I don't see it, right? So I can't just retighten your hair and say, I'm seeing problems and I'm going to ignore them. Even though it's up to you, but it's hard for me to do that. So if you want to continue the repairs, we can. But if you want me to retighten, I can retighten you, but I probably won't be able to retighten you again because it would just mess with me to see that the hair is going bad and I'm pretending I don't see it to fix it. That's why I said, let's do a little bit at a time. We do a little bit of repairs at a time. We can do like 10 or 20 or whatever, but they need to be done. They need to be done. So yeah, I hope this answers your questions. I hope this answers your questions. If I can work a little faster because 4 hours on that one side took too long. It is what it is. It's your locks. It's your locks that determines. It's not me. So if you came with less problems, it would have taken less time. But you came with slippage, holes, non-retightened, and loosened ends because your hair is Microlocs and the 2-strand twists were gone. So I hope that answers your question. See you later.